Hello Aquarius, this is Lumination doing a little quickie 3-card reading for the Saturn Retrograde 2017 coming up very soon, okay? It's for the spring and the summer. This is for you Aquarius from Illumination. Please, could you watch the all signs reading introduction for this report? Because we kind of go into the charts and some of the reasoning behind this reading and why we're even doing it at all. The Saturn retrograde, you might not notice it too much because it's one of the bigger planets far away, but it's real and it's happening, and it's starting, I don't know, early April. It'll go on till the end of August, and it's the truth police. Okay, Saturn is in Sagittarius, the reality checkers of the truth, of what is true. Okay, and so with Saturn going retrograde in the high 20s, everything in that part of your life around Saturn, around Sagittarius, late 20 degrees, is going to be exposed. They're going to be coming in with the flashlights. There's nothing really horrible going to happen because there's a big fat grand trine, a fat fire trine, which is very favorable for you anyway, just by definition, Aquarius, so that's pretty cool. But the thing is, the truth police are there, and they're going to be coming in, and they are going to be treating this like a sort of community road check, where everybody has to get in line, and they ask you for your license, insurance, please. Have you been drinking, please? Okay, great. Have a great holiday. Have a great weekend. Goodbye. Next, please. But if they sense something is out of alignment with your car, your vehicle of life, your person, in that part of your life, then they're going to call you out a little bit. They're going to say, have you checked this lately? Have you checked this lately? What's untrue about this? What's untrue about that? Okay, and now for you, Aquarius, that's happening in your 11th house. Okay, here, let's have a quick look. Okay, I didn't plan to do it this way, but we're doing it sort of, kind of, for some of the signs. There's you, Aquarius, on the ascendant, okay? And there's Saturn in your 11th house of community, hopes, dreams, and wishes for others around you and the world around you, and for the humanity in general, your friends. And it's a very kind of neutral, it's a very fun house if you handle the energy properly, okay? So this part of your life is going to be under examination, okay? And the truth is going to be revealed, because you need to reveal it to heal it. So whatever is untrue or unsavory or unacceptable about that part of your life is going to be revealed, okay? And it's for a good reason, because it needs improvements, okay? That's the whole reason, like, we're here, to evolve and grow and be happy and love and be loved, okay? Now for you, Aquarius, it's in the community, and this is your kind of home turf. Aquarius, that's your kind of world. It's the whole wide world, It's everybody. It's all inclusive. Race, gender, age, religion, doesn't matter. We're all one kind of thing on this same boat together. And dear Aquarius, you want it to be as good as possible for everybody. And Aquarius, in general, what I notice is that you don't like injustice. Okay? You like fairness for all, not favoritism for a few at the expense of all. So you have a little bit of a revolutionary streak inside of you, Aquarius, and that might be exposed here. In other words, if you're on a false path of being a revolutionary, that will be exposed. If you're not doing your duty as a true Aquarian, that will be exposed. Okay, so let's have a look. I'm very sensitive about this one, Aquarius. Okay, so I'm just letting you know. I'm picking it up. I'm feeling it, okay? Each reading is different for me, okay? Sometimes they really, really get me. I've already shuffled, but we're going to shuffle more. I don't do reversals, no jumpers, no qualifiers. I'm not even going to do the weather on this one. We're just doing 3 little cards, okay? So hang in. You're not going to jail or anything like that. It's just you're being pulled over to the side of the road for a routine road check, okay? That's all it is. So what's the situation, Aquarius? What's the challenge here? And what's a way to handle it? How are we going to deal with this? All right. So let's have a look. By the way, excuse any wacko sounds. I'm shooting here in the daytime, and we've got crazy neighbors, ice cream trucks, wild birds, wild parrots, ambulances, construction, concrete, pounders, saws, tree trimmers, all of it. So just please forgive me, okay? All right, so what's the situation? Oh gosh. Normally I don't get emotional about this, even though there's a lot of cups and love energy here. But for some reason, this is really hitting me. Something, excuse me, something that you cherish very dearly, whether it is a person or your community or someone in your community, whatever it is, there's something going on where deep inside of you, Aquarius, you may be coming to a very stark and uncomfortable realization that it's time to walk away, because there is something fundamentally untrue and false that is happening in your community. Okay, now this is very tragic as far as I'm concerned, because this is so much about you, Aquarius. The world is your community. And when you discover something fundamentally, tragically corrupted and wrong, and like treachery, lies, or betrayal, or deception, or dishonesty has occurred in your community, where you had believed there was a high degree of integrity, and you discover the falsehoods, that's very, very heartbreaking. However, because this is the Eight of Cups, I have a feeling that you somehow deeply knew this already anyway. It's too hard to face. But once you realize it right in your face, especially as it becomes gently exposed to you during the Saturn retrograde, it's going to become very apparent, the problem, the 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 untruth, okay, to the point where it's not acceptable. Whatever paradigms used to exist or do exist or continue to exist are no longer acceptable to you, and it might imply having to walk away from something that you dearly, dearly love. It's like it's corrupted, okay? No judgment here. You guys can keep going if you want, but as far as I'm concerned, I'm out. Okay? It's been wonderful. I love you all very much, and I know you still love me, but I have to move on. Okay? Oh, I hated reading this card. I'm sorry. So what's the challenge here? It's the deep inner conflict of realizing you've come into like a no-win situation. Don't take it personally, okay? If you've been deeply conflicted about this matter and it's been going on for a couple of years, which wouldn't surprise me with Saturn, if that's the issue, and it feels like, oh my God, I invested so much love into all this for all this time, and it's all come to nothing. It's like a lose-lose situation because I'm coming out of it with nothing, and I may realize that I have discovered the truth, but it's a painful truth. In other words, it's like it's a lose-lose situation, and that's really uncomfortable. The challenge here is being able to walk away gracefully without any bitterness. And if this is instead of just the community, but maybe someone in your community, someone that you deep down love, if there has been any kind of deep betrayal or betrayal of ethics, betrayal of spiritual laws, that can be extremely painful. And you may have been battling with that, and the challenge is to accept that this battle has existed, and if necessary, you must be prepared to walk away without any sense of victory, okay? There's no point in trying to claim a victory here. The challenge is to be able to gracefully walk away with no harm done, okay? And that's very, very hard to do, especially if your heart has been broken in matters that are so profoundly important to you, okay? In other words, as the truth is revealed, it can be very heartbreaking, okay? And that's a challenge, okay? Don't get vicious. The challenge is no retaliation, especially if you feel you might want to retaliate. In case the truth was exposed to you by someone who loves you and cares about you, and yet the truth was so painful you decide you want to retaliate against the person who revealed the truth. It's like smashing the mirror, killing the messenger, and it's not the messenger's fault. So don't take it out. Whoever and however the truth is revealed to you, and however painful it might be, don't take it out on who or whatever is delivering the truth, okay? And that's a problem, because if there is a lot of pain involved, you might want to retaliate. So how are we going to deal with this challenging energy? You're going to grab it, and you're going to deal with it responsibly, okay? And you're going to move on, and you're going to accept in a very graceful manner the truth-telling that may be coming, either coming to you or that you might be seeking, or that might be essentially forced upon you, because what I'm sensing here is out of all the signs that I've read so far, you might have some of the biggest challenges and might be the most resistant to what's happening with Saturn, okay? And the more you resist, the more uncomfortable it can be. And it might be that the most appropriate way to deal with the challenges coming, dear Aquarius, is to accept the messages as spiritual truth. Spiritual messages of truth that are pure and that are meant for your best outcome. Okay, no one wants to hurt you. No one's trying to hurt anybody here. We all want to evolve and grow together, all of us, in one big humanitarian pool. But sometimes the process of evolution hurts, okay? So all I'm suggesting here with this little card is that over these next few months, as the truth is revealed in very pure ways, with all the best intention, very strong, very, very powerful messages that might shock you. It might be very uncomfortable. You might have known they were already there, but allow them to happen, okay? No retaliation, just accept it with gratitude, okay? I'm going to leave it at that, Aquarius. I could probably go on for a while about this one, but I'd like to leave it at that. These are just supposed to be little quickie readings, okay? So when the truth police come along, don't resist, okay? Sometimes the truth can be hard to hear. You might not want to hear it because you've been so invested in something else that you loved that you already believed was pure and divine and true in terms of your community, your beliefs for humanity and how the world should be, only to discover that the code under which you had been living is corrupted. And that's very heartbreaking, okay? And if you have every right to feel angry and betrayed, that's understandable. But the gracious way to deal with it is accept this all as a very profound but maybe painful lesson, and understand that the truth is coming and it will be revealed either in very gentle or very stark ways. But that's ultimately is good news, because by the end of this year, you're going to be a completely recalibrated person, all right? Thank you, Aquarius. You can reinterpret this however you wish, of course. That's your prerogative. So take care, Aquarius. Have a good Saturn retrograde.